What is up, everybody? Welcome to AK Plays. I'm AK. Let's play. What's up, everybody? So today I'm going to be talking about how Deadeye is one of the most fun builds to use in the Division 1.8.2. There's of course other builds that are a lot of fun, but I think that this is the most fun. I use this build as much as I possibly can. When I'm solo, I will run this over my striker probably 50% of the time. Of course, I run tons of different builds to try different things because I play this game a ton. I play every day for a long time, so I have to run a lot of different builds to stay interested in enjoying myself. But Deadeye is the one and only build that I could run and never get tired of. Of course, I get frustrated because it's a very squishy build. I run with a reckless chest, so I do die a lot in really annoying ways. NPCs have killed me, I get killed by random grenades, and of course that's frustrating, and sometimes I'll switch builds after that happens, but for the most part, I just enjoy myself. Like, it is a lot of fun to be able to do insane DPS. I one-shot people, and if I get a one-shot, I start screaming on the mic. And if I get a two-shot, that's pretty normal, but of course that's very satisfying. And then anything over that, I mean, that's a good fight, and that's a lot of fun. To be able to do that kind of damage is very enjoyable, and it's a huge break from what the Division normally is when you're fighting on the ground right next to people. When you're fighting next to people, it's a big, long chicken dance, and it's a big production to try to get kills. Occasionally someone will face tank, you can quick burn them down and move on, but for the most part it's a big, long, intricate battle. When you're running Deadeye, you skip over all of that, and you have a whole different element of the game, which is understanding timing, distancing, keeping yourself in cover and switching cover placements, understanding how good your spot is, your vantage points. It's a lot of fun, and it's a really different aspect of the Division that a lot of people don't get to experience. Plus, you have one thing that you normally don't get when running a meta build. Most meta builds are ran with 6k to 9k stamina. Deadeye, especially my version, is running with just in the middle of 200,000 toughness, which is absolutely terrible. But for Deadeye, it makes sense. But you're running reckless chest, low toughness, anything can kill you. And that's something you don't get with meta builds, and it gives you another element that I think of as fear, or a little bit of adrenaline. Now, other games you can get that, but in this game it's pretty rare, especially when you play as much as I do, and I'm sure a lot of you do. You kind of don't feel that same fear, adrenaline, heart pumping that you do with Deadeye. With Deadeye, you have such low stamina and low toughness that if someone gets up on you, you better start strafing like crazy, because a few bullets and they can kill you, and of course, you're going to be somebody's clip if they kill you in 3 bullets. So you have to be very careful, and it adds a lot of fear and another element to run Deadeye because you're so squishy. And for me, that's a lot of fun, to be able to kind of understand, hey, I have to run as fast as I can, do a really hard strafe, and then turn and try to burn somebody. And it's just kind of the best of all worlds. You get the fear of having low stamina and low toughness, mixed with the extreme satisfaction of being able to one-shot or two-shot, and then you get that whole other element of the game that you normally don't get, which I've already explained, the whole vantage points, distancing, timing, and understanding everything about Deadeye. And it's just an element of the game people don't really get to experience. So for me, it's one of the most fun builds. Of course, I've noticed that any DPS build is a lot of fun, whether that's a 7k firearms striker, high firearms lone star, or a banshee. They're all very fun builds. Except for me, I really love Deadeye. I have a special spot in my heart. I've been using Deadeye since, I think I built my first good Deadeye in 1.7. And then, of course, before that, I had Hexo sniper builds with high firearms and skull gloves. And those were fun, but Deadeye is just really an enjoyable time. And I really like it. I put out videos about Deadeye all the time, but I recently haven't, and so I was like, I have all these Deadeye clips saved up, and I don't see Deadeye ever in the DZ, and so I'm going to keep putting out videos until I see a few more. Naturally, I do hate fighting Deadeyes, because if I'm striker and I get sniped, it's a pretty bad day. But at the same time, I think more people should try Deadeye. I think it's a lot of fun. When I see other Deadeyes, I've ran up to people, gone into game chat and said, hey, let's do a Deadeye 1v. That sounds fun. And it always is. It's really an enjoyable time when other people are Deadeyeing and you can pull out sniper rifles. because a lot of people don't do it. It's very rare to see. If you see a Hunter's Faith build, that's even more rare. But overall, I love Deadeye. I think you should give it a try. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions, if you agree, disagree, let me know in the comments.